Well, welcome back. Got another one for you. This is a regular patrol one. I remember I told you before that there are alpha officers and beta officers. Alpha officers are go-getters. I had a lot of partners in myself. Like to go out and give the public their money's worth. Stop cars, stop gang members, stop criminals, go down alleys, get out on foot, go up, fire escapes. This is what we do. Beta officers earn their salary, go to radio calls, and that's all they do. They don't write any tickets. They don't do anything. They just wave at people. Unfortunately, there's about half and half. Maybe not. Actually, I think it's more like three-quarter beta and one quarter of the officers are alphas. Okay, and the alphas get promoted and the betas don't. Okay. Anyway, so I'm working with a beta officer. Another one where he has a girlfriend and he has a wife and he has kids and he's laying brick on the weekends. And the last thing on this guy's mind is doing police work. He wants to go do other things. He'll sit there and work all day, but that's all he'll do. It's the minimum. And I'm all Mr. Hyper. I want to go work, and I want to do a lot more things. So anyway, unfortunately he's driving today, and I'm not. So we're driving around, and it's a day shift. And come around a corner in front of a Shell station. I'm sorry, Shell. And a gas station. And we see a green, like a 65 Mustang with two males, one with a broken leg, and a female, and they're trying to push this Mustang up over the sidewalk and into the gas station. So we pull in, we put our lights on so we can save traffic, and we get out and we say, we're in uniform. We say, you guys okay? So we're fine. I said, we just need some help here. And I look down, and they're kind of nervous, but not bad. They're Caucasian people, and they're in a heavy Latino area, which is not a big deal, but sometimes you wonder, okay, but they're in a car, they're disabled, maybe they're off the freeway. It's not where you find that type of scenario in, say, a government housing project where they really don't belong or they're probably doing something bad. They're just people that are probably disabled. Okay, vehicle, not disabled themselves. So, but they had Chicago license plates. Okay, fine. So we helped them. We helped them push the car up and into where they used to have pay phones on the side of a gas station. We pulled them in there. And they're still looking kind of nervous, but I thought, well, they seem okay. One guy had a driver's license, so we looked at it. Okay, well, good luck. And my partner, who's the driver, just wanted to get out of it. He just said, well, we got to go. I said, oh, I'm looking at him like, oh, okay. So we get in the car. Well, he's in charge of the car. I'm in charge of the radio. So I write down the license plate, and I run it. And we're driving away. And he goes, what are you doing? I said, hey, man. I said, we got to run these cars. We got to do some kind of police work. This is crazy. Well, they're probably out of that. He's giving me a story. They're fine. Well, unless he's got X-ray vision, okay, who knows what they are? Okay, in those days, radio communications to check nationwide, even statewide, was very slow. So we take off. We're getting about a block away, driving off, and she comes back and says, gives our call sign, and says, what's your location? The car is armed and dangerous. Okay? Well, I almost pooped in my pants. Okay? I looked over at him, and I'm already mad because I wanted to stay longer, and he didn't. So I'm yelling, turn this car around now! And so she's broadcasting, where are you? Where are you? Because she's concerned for our safety. He's making that U-turn. I'm grabbing the shotgun, trying to get the radio out, and I'm hoping, and I'm putting out the broadcast of where we're going, where we're at, even though we're not there. Okay? So she says, Roger, Roger. So for the first time in that day, my partner's actually driving fast. Okay? So we come around the corner on two wheels, and here they are, hood up, around this car. You can imagine the same officers they saw 3 minutes ago, helped them push the car up, are now out of their cars with shotguns and guns pointed at them. Okay? So I'm out of the car. I got the shotgun. I'm holding down. We call for backup. Didn't take long. First backup was our sergeant. He comes around the corner on two wheels. He jumps out with a shotgun. Another unit comes in. They come out with guns. Everybody gets put on the ground. Cuff everybody. Okay? And I'm putting the shotgun away. And my sergeant, what do you got? I said, well, we got the car. We ran it. And he goes, okay, okay. And then so we searched the car. Well, in the trunk we found a couple of guns and a couple of bags of money. And one of the bags of money had a distinguishing mark on it to show a bank in Chicago. Okay? So they committed a robbery in Chicago. And how they got out here all this way without being stopped or whatever, I have no idea. So as soon as we saw that, everything was froze down. The suspects were taken to the station. The detectives were called. And we got the big boys. We got the boys from downtown came out because they handle fugitive and all this multi-state robbery stuff. They came out, and we had the car impounded. And they came out and they checked everything, thought it was great. They interviewed the arrestees. The arrestees, I think the girl rolled over on them. The guys didn't want to talk. There was all kinds of this and that. And the story came out that their biggest concern was, how come these officers who pushed our car came back with guns on us? They were really surprised about that. Well, my sergeant was surprised about that because he knew that my partner was a slug. And so hours after this, we're in our station getting something to eat, and he calls me over. He looks at me and he goes, I know about your partner. Tell me what really happened. And I went, uh-oh, okay. He's my supervisor. I'm a young officer. I have a full career in front of me, and our job as policemen are not to lie, whether on the stand or to anybody else. So I'm going to tell him the truth. So I told him. He just shakes his head, and I go, Sarge, I said, I tell you, I was pissed because I wanted to stop these guys. He wanted to get out of there, and he's driving the car, and I'm trying to be a nice guy, and then we left. So this could have been an easy one, and it wasn't. He goes, yeah, I understand that. So he walked away shaking his head. Accommodation came down. The sergeant only gave me the accommodation and not my partner, which is very unusual because usually you're a team. And apparently when that came out, he took that officer off to the side, explained why he was not put on here, and even that beta officer kind of shook his head saying, yeah, I really didn't have the heart in it that day. So he kind of gave me credit for doing that. And again, we're partners, so I thought it was kind of lame to him not to include him because we both are out there in the dangerous situation, but that's not my call. That's the supervisor's call. So anyway, that's not a really happy story, but it's an interesting story how we work out there. And these guys went to jail, and I heard they were extradited back to Illinois, and I have no idea what happened after that. My job is done. I got my guns and my money, and I'm on my way. So hope you like that story, and we'll see you real soon.